Hey everybody, Jim here. I have just arrived in Shibusawa, which I've never been to this area before, but I've passed it on the train, and I could see from the window of the train what looked like a pretty big hard off. So that's why I'm here today. Don't exactly know where it is. I just know from, where I saw it on the train, the general direction of it. So I'm gonna walk in that general direction, and hopefully before the day is out, I will have found a brand new, rather large hard off in which to hunt for games. So stick with me because I will find this thing. I promise. And now I've been walking for the better part of a half an hour, and I'm hopeful. I am hopeful because from up high, you can, whoa, right on, dude's got a hog. From up high, you could see that it was in this direction, and there she blows. I have found you. Let's get up on it. Again, I've never been to this one before. Never been to this town before, but from the train, it looked pretty impressive. Coming around the corner here, nice big sign. We've got computers, audio, and soft. Ooh. This is a nice big one. Looks, well, not too big. It's got like a nice warehouse size to it. Alright. Well, after much searching, I finally found it. So let's get inside and see what this hard off has to offer. Let's check it out. Getting started, this hard off, one of the better stocked hard offs I've ever been to, actually, here in the console section. You can see they got a lot of PS2s, white and black, which is as per usual, even a silver one there, which is cool, and plenty of Dreamcasts, which you can see these are all really reasonably priced, 30 bucks or less pretty much, and Saturns as well. This pretty cool Hello Kitty Dreamcast. Don't come across that all that often. It's less than 50 bucks, so that's pretty cool. And then more Saturns, white and gray. Plenty of GameCubes of all different colors, black and silver and orange spice. Some Famicoms, reasonably priced, and Model 2 Famicoms, aka the NES top loader model. Those are always going to be more expensive. Boxed Super Famicoms. And boxed in 64s. The Model 2 Super Famicom, very yellow. Don't necessarily need or want one of those. Some controllers up here. 3D Saturn controller and a Neo Geo CD controller. Which is cool. Anything Neo Geo is always nice to come by. Boxed 3DO. Which is cool. I like the 3DO enough, I guess. Not a terrible system. PC Engine Core Graphics. Again, very cool. Anytime you can find anything PC Engine, that's a good day. and more 3DOs, and a PC Engine Duo R. This being sold for somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 bucks, which is a good deal. Duo R's, I have a couple of them myself, and that's the system, if you ask me. And then here, cool Mega Drive and Mega CD combo. That's probably about 180 bucks is what that's going for, which, that's, I don't know. You don't want to pay that in a hard off. And then some peripherals, you got some steering wheels, taiko drums, all that stuff. Now we get into some games proper. This aisle, well, starting out, you can see plenty of PS Vita and PSP as well. But you can see Persona 4 Golden, which is cool. There's some Hatsune Miku in there, One Piece, and a whole host of other stuff. Lots of PS Vita right there. And then even some PS4 titles. This is pretty cool. You see Sengoku Basara 4, I think, and Smyuga Gotoku, Biohazard Revelations 2. So already Hard Off's starting to get some PS4 stuff in there. And then PS3. Always going to be plenty of PS3. You can see Dragon Ball Z and Biohazard, Metal Gear Solid 4, and a nice, I guess, little collector's edition. And more. It's like being in a library. And then their PSP section, you can see some Star Ocean, Ys, plenty of RPG goodness in there. There's even some like weird Kamen Rider Ultraman stuff down there. Rockman Dash 2, that's awesome. Mega Man Legends 2, as it's known in the West. I do love that series of Mega Man games. And again, just like the PS3, there's just a lot of PSP to be found here. You can see down there some fighting games, Bleach, and some other stuff. And yet another shelf full of PSP, including one with a scantily clad lady on it. Yeah, if you're a PSP, Blaze Blue, very cool. I'm a big fan of Blaze Blue, by the way. Yeah, if you're a Sony enthusiast, PSP, PS3, whatever, you're gonna find a lot to love in a hard off. A cool Persona 4, something Suplex. I don't know what exactly that version was, but it looked pretty cool. And then here, as usual, a modest Xbox section. Again, no secret that Xbox isn't exactly flying off the shelves in Japan. But if you're patient and you are vigilant, keep your eyes out. You can find some pretty cool stuff. There is a lot of really cool Japan exclusive stuff for the 360. You can see Steins Gate, which is very cool. Yeah, there's plenty of exclusive stuff for the 360 in Japan. A lot of really good shooters and 2D fighters, which are right up my alley. So I actually really enjoy collecting for the 360. Here, a case with some stuff in it, but we're going to bypass that, apparently. To some Famicom Disk System stuff, which is cool. I like collecting for my Famicom Disk System. You can see Green Beret, Dirty Pair, Mario Brothers, some loose PSP stuff in there, and then you can see Contra, some Rockman games, Akumajo Dracula, Konami YY World, some Kunio games, Super Famicom stuff in there, Mother 2, Rockman 7, all good stuff. And then more Famicom stuff up here, some boxed games, which is always nice, including Final Fantasy, which is cool. Anything you can find something circa 1980s that's boxed and really minty like that, it's always great. And as you can see here, some pretty cool titles. Ninja Gaiden in there, some Rockman, Yoshi, good stuff in there. Here, these are cool, these little packs they put together. Here, a whole bunch of Kunio-kun games bundled together, and then all 6 Rockman games. They're selling that, it looks probably about 90 bucks for the 6 Rockman games. Even some Saint Seiya, Godzilla, and Dragon Quest, obviously. Always gonna be plenty of that. Ganbare Goemon, Ninja Turtles, alright. Yes, no shortage of good Famicom titles in here, and then of course you gotta have a lot of PS2 in any respectable hard off, and a bundle of Dynasty Warriors games, which is cool. If you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, it's always nice to be able to get a bundle like that. Got Odin Break Blow, which I reviewed the sequel to that game. They're a fun kind of MMA anime style game, which is cool. And you can see there Initial D, some other cool stuff, and more PS2. Again, all nice and divvied up. And then down here, some interesting little box sets. This is all, here you can see Negima. This is all kind of like the super cutesy dating sim stuff. All cool if you're into that. Some Taiko Drum Master. PS1 games here. See Parasite Eve. Such a great game. And more. There was, I believe, saw some Tales games in there. Other things like that. More bundles up here. Dragon Ball Z games and all whatnot. Street Fighter games. But you got Zelda, Go-Go Akman, Donkey Kong Country, Dragon Quest, anything you could really be interested in for a Super Famicom. And then lots of really good condition box Super Famicom games. Shin Megami Tensei right there. Very cool. It's always nice to see just a big area of box games like this. Super Mario RPG in great shape. You can see in there some Kirby, plenty of good stuff. Mario and Wario, which is a fun game. You play it with your mouse. Slam Dunk, which is a manga series about basketball. They converted into some games here. Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Puyo Puyo, Super Bomberman, Space Invaders, Poppin', Twinbee, more Puyo Puyo. Good lord, the hits just keep on coming. And then right here, more PlayStation. Imagine that. Some Chocobo's Dungeon, Rockman X6, Wild Arms 2, Air Guys, very cool, Ark the Lad, Oni, Variable Geo, no shortage of cool stuff, and then some Dreamcast, including a very cool box, Choo Choo Rocket, some Typing of the Dead, Cyberbots for the Saturn, the special edition with the art book, that's very cool, Virtua Cop with the gun packed in. Again, just so much good stuff here. The Sonic Adventure, I believe there was a Sonic Adventure International version, was what it was. Don't know what the differences are. Code Veronica and a very cool sleeve. And some Capcom goodness. Street Fighter 02 and the original Street Fighter 0. Probably my favorite series of Street Fighter games is the Zero or Alpha games. They're very good. But some good Saturn stuff here. Christmas Nights and then the original Nights into Dreams, which I like very much. Those would go really good with that 3D controller they had back there. Puzzle Bobble, Dragon Ball Z, very good. Like usual, Dreamcast and Saturn amalgamated into one location. And then here's some N64. Got Mario 64, Kirby, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon, Tetris. Very cool Majora's Mask box. I do like that. And then Mario Party, other good stuff down there. And then plenty of loose 64 carts. I'm not the biggest N64 fan, but there are some extremely good games on that system. Far more than bad games, I would say. More good than bad. Here, got some airsoft guns and stuff, but there was a cool little figure section in here, which usually you'd think is reserved for the hobby-offs, but here they had plenty of stuff. An entire side of the store just dedicated to figures and such. So here you can see this weird, kind of like a Goat Tanks chopper thing, whatever. I have no idea. Plenty of mech and Gundam model kits, which is very cool. VF1, that's a Macross model kit. That's very cool. So yeah, plenty of model kits in there. Another cool thing, you got me, I don't know. If you know what the hell that was, down in the comments, let me know. Yeah, plenty of One Piece here. This another cool. Was that a Macross or a Gundam figure? I don't know. Evangelion. Super cool. Yeah, always good to come across some figures. A nice collection of Gundam characters, which is cool. If you're really into Gundam, you'll usually find something you're going to be into in these places. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But yeah, never any shortage of Gundam or Kamen Rider or One Piece or JoJo. All the big name stuff. You're going to find plenty of it. And then just more. Extremely glossy, but we're getting into, I believe, some, Spawn. That's super cool. But then lots of Bishoujo figures. Detective Conan right there. But, yeah, pretty girl figures. You know, if that's the kind of thing you want to have on your shelf, this is the place to go. Because they've got plenty. Plenty of, oddly super cute, scantily clad, awkwardly posed, young girl action figures for your enjoyment. Yeah. Alright, after that little figure interlude, we're going to get back into some more games, because they had plenty more. Here we have some Mega Drive games. Not that much, unfortunately. It's always sad when I can't find, the Mega Drive games I want. They're fully stocked on everything else, but Mega Drive is almost always lacking in a hard-off. I don't know why that is. And some Mega CD games, which is pretty cool. Heavy Nova, Night Trap, which I still haven't played Night Trap in Japanese yet. I want to give that a shot. Maybe it plays better in Japanese. PC Engine stuff, World Heroes 2, which is cool, and some Bikuriman. I've played Bikuriman World, which is just Wonder Boy, actually, so pretty cool. And yeah, not a bad little selection of PC Engine titles here. Burai 2 and Sports Festival, whatever. Super Star Soldier, that is a fantastic shooter by Hudson Soft. In this little case, some cool stuff. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Mortal Kombat 2, Bare Knuckle 2. You can see Magical Chase, of all things. And then Zero Wing for the PC Engine CD, which I do like Zero Wing quite a bit. And then Star Parodia, which is another great Hudson Soft shoot 'em up. And then moving into just a whole host of stuff. Game Boy and GBA stuff in this section. Game Boy stuff, I'm assuming, isn't exactly flying off the racks, because pretty much any hard off I go to, they will have a nice selection of Game Boy titles. And then in here you can see some GBA, N64, including Smash Brothers, even some Virtual Boy games in there. And then Dracula X, Kirby 3, and then Donald Duck in Maui Mallard, which is a really great game, actually. If you've never played, I believe in the West it's called Cold Shadow. It's really good. And then plenty of DS, 3DS stuff. You saw there Mr. Driller and Yoshi, Dragon Quest Monsters 2, Persona Q, lots of stuff. So plenty of DS and 3DS stuff to keep you entertained if you are a enthusiast for DS and 3DS. And then even some GameCube, Donkey Konga, One Piece, Pokemon, and modest little Wii and Wii U section. There's Zero, the new Zero game, which was recently released, aka Fatal Frame, which is cool. And that's about it in this whole aisle here. And then a whole bunch of like Pokemon cards and stuff, which I'm not super into, but that's a hell of an aisle. Lots and lots of games in there. Some good games too. And then the bargain bin area of this one, As you can see, this has got to be the most well organized bargain bin I have ever been to. Pretty much everything you see here is $1 or less than $1, usually like 75 cents. But yeah, I've never seen a bargain bin area like this, where everything was just so neat. They usually are just complete garbage, and you're gonna be there for a long time, you know, hunting and digging. But you know, this one really well organized. Here you can see just a whole bunch of Super Game Boys and some loose Super Famicom or Su-Fami games. See Final Fantasy VI just sitting there. You want it? You got 75 cents in your pocket. You want this copy of Seiken Densetsu 2. Well, there it is. Just get it. Just walk in. They might not even make you pay for it. They might just be like, oh yeah, whatever, take it. Not really. Please don't. If you go to a hard off, don't try to just take the games and walk out. Please pay for them. And if you do shoplift, don't tell them I told you to do it. That's my disclaimer on this video. Yeah, bunch of Saturn, some Dreamcast, Street Fighter Zero, again less than $1, which is a steal. And then Christmas Nights, which, you know, stuff they had on the regular rack, they've gotten here as well. So, which typically when I buy games from this section, they're not broken. They will work just fine, up to and including the CD games. The cartridges, usually just take them home, give them a quick cleaning, and they're fine. Here, just a ton of PlayStation. See Tekken 3, very cool. Samurai Spirits, no manual though. And just more and more Tekken. A lot of the common stuff you'll find in here, but you will find cool things you just saw earlier. Final Fantasy VI and Seiken Densetsu 2, Dirge of Cerberus, Taiko Drum Master. Have you seen in the past, I found games like Xenogears and Biohazard 2 on the Dreamcast and Ghost in the Shell for the PlayStation. I found all that stuff in the bargain bins. Here you can see Bleach, this cool Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus Deluxe Pack. That's actually priced at maybe about like $12. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff in here. Naruto. I know I got some Naruto fans in the house. Gundam. So again, yes, just their bargain bin is pretty much just as well organized as their just regular shelves. Very neat, very easy to navigate. Here, Melty Blood Act Cadenza for less than $1. If you've seen my review of Melty Blood Actress Again, you know how much I like that series and how awesome it is. And those games typically go, that one in particular, usually around $20 or so. So getting it for 75 cents is a really good deal. Here are some junk stuff. This PC Engine CD unit is pretty cool. Some Wii's and 360s. Lots of peripherals and stuff in here. You take your chances with that stuff. Just loose PlayStation decks. Lots of wires and controllers. Even a couple of PSXs, which I've played on a PSX before, and they're pretty cool. They're like a PS2, PS3, before there was a PS3. Anyway, here, final stop. Strategy guide section. Super cool. Tales of Destiny, Donkey Kong Country, a couple of Final Fantasy VII strategy guides. This is always nice. When I come across a little section like this, which is occasionally, you know, I go into a hard off or a hobby off, they'll have, you know, something like this, where it's just lots of strategy guides. And I found some really cool old stuff. I found great strategy guides for, you know, the first couple of Biohazard games and Link to the Past and, you know, old 16-bit and 8-bit Mario games. Just found super cool stuff in here, and it's usually all like $1 a piece. This pretty cool strategy guide by V-Jump, it's just like all of the 32-bit Dragon Ball Z games, which is cool. Sengoku Basara 3, Seiken Densetsu, or Legend of Mana. Just awesome. That's actually my favorite Mana game. And just more. Omega Boost. Come on, man. You can't pat a strategy guide for Omega Boost. That's super awesome. And but as you can see, just plenty of cool stuff in here. God Eater and Dragon Quest. Lots of cool strategy guides here, Metal Gear. Anyway, this was a really great store, very well stocked. I'm going to go ahead and wind it down now, so here are a few final words, everyone. Alright, so that turned out to be a really awesome, very well stocked hard off. I saw some really cool, plenty of consoles in there, lots of games, even some other cool little things, figures. They even had some pachinko machines and slot machines for selling there. But it was pretty cool. Walked away with a nice little bag of games. And this is another one that it's not too far from me, so it's one I can always come back to. That was pretty awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed having a look inside this newly discovered hard off. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. I shall see you next time.